Okay everyone, this is going to be a look at a second grade curriculum for homeschooling your children. And for second grade, you're going to want to focus on the 3 R's. We can just start with reading here real quick. For reading, we have I Can Read It. This is a Sunlight word list. It's got a bunch of words in it, and you'll just work through this. We just work through this from kindergarten, first and second grade. You can use this any way you want to use it. You can do like a typical spelling where you get the spelling words at the beginning of the week, and then they study them all week long, and then on Friday you can do a test, or you can, we don't really use it that way, but you can play games with it. Just anything you want to do. You can just pick words that you know your child might need help with, and just write sentences. So it just has really good word lists in there, and we typically use this book from kindergarten through second grade. The next thing I want to explain here is the Adventures in Phonics Level B. Really well laid out. Here's the table of contents, and then we'll flip through here. All of this is extremely inexpensive. What I have on my shelves for my children, I can fit all of my kindergarten through 12th grade curriculum on one bookshelf with 3 shelves, and I just keep it for all my children. All the books I show you typically always going to be less than $20. We want to keep it as simple as possible. For children at such a young age, they really only need to focus on the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. You really don't need to bog them down with anything else. They have plenty of time later to do that. That's page 165 right there. Page 189. The next thing that I would continue to work with is we continue to work with Phonics Pathways. So we just pick up where we left off in the first grade, which will probably be about usually halfway, somewhere around there. And the Phonics Pathways and the Adventures in Phonics really go well together. This is page 76. Page 88, long vowel sounds. You really can teach your own children. You don't need a college degree You don't need a fancy homeschool room. You really just need the basics, and your child can easily have a very, very sufficient education. You just would need to know how to read yourself. But all of the curriculum nowadays is designed in such a way that even if there's something you didn't know, you could easily learn it as you're teaching it to your child. So you can do it. Again, you don't need a college degree, you don't need to be a teacher. The only thing you need is the desire to want to pull your children out of the public school system, the desire to teach them, and the love that you have for your child. God ordains you as the teacher for that child anyway, so you might as well go ahead and do it. You've been doing it from the time they were born. There's no sense in turning over control to people you don't know and people that could care less about your children. Don't turn the child over to strangers. We don't have a separate writing curriculum. You don't need a separate writing curriculum. All you need is notebooks, just regular notebooks. Your children can easily learn to write. There's no need to purchase a separate writing curriculum. So this will be the arithmetic. I would continue working through Life of Fred. And we also will then start doing Handling Money God's Way. So we can do this real quick. The ABCs of Handling Money God's Way. This is table of contents. And then it's just a cute little story. And then at the end, just go over the verses for the story and you answer a couple of questions. We do it verbally. Or if I think they need to write it, we would write it on a second notebook. All of the curriculum that I own is non-consumable mostly. I just use notebooks for each individual child for all of their work. So once you purchase the curriculum, you can continue to have it for each additional child. You just need to make sure that you either do it verbally, do the work verbally, or use notebooks. Which notebooking is really good. It's good for a child, good for them to write, transfer the material from the book onto their own piece of work. So that's that. So there's giving, saving. So we would do that for math, and we would continue to work with butterflies, cats, dogs, and then Edgewood. And if the child was to finish that, we would. I have all the way up through geometry, and we would just continue to work through it. If they don't finish all these books in one school year, it does not matter to me if he was to only finish 3, as long as he completed it to mastery. It doesn't matter to me how many books he gets done in a year. We're not on any time schedule. We're not comparing ourselves to the public school system or other homeschoolers. That is the point of homeschooling. That is when you realize you truly do have freedom, is when you begin to homeschool and you realize that you do not have to answer to the public school and the government regarding homeschooling. Your child can learn whatever it is you would like for them to learn. We would continue to work with plants grown up if you have a son, and then the other one, corner post, if you have a daughter. Now this is a full curriculum from Bible curriculum from grades kindergarten through 12th. You would not need to buy another curriculum. Just this book and the Bible is the only thing you need for kindergarten through 12th grade. It's non-consumable as well, so you would do things verbally, or you would notebook it. It's a really good curriculum for those young grades. I do not do American history or world history. We focus on Bible history. So we will do just question and answers. Bible, you can pick any book you want that is a question and answer. So this is just a way of getting those Bible facts in, solidifying the stories more. And just little quick question and answers. You do these verbally. Just fun little, seems like a game that they like to play. And then we would just do other books like this one, the real stories, actual Bible text, heroes and villains. Totally awesome, super cool Bible stories. Creepy creatures and bizarre beasts from the Bible. Weird and gross Bible stuff. Bible heroes and bad guys, and then amazing unexplainable things in the Bible. And Bible history for those lower elementary grades is what you need to focus on. They have plenty of time to learn United States history and world history. They don't need to be bogged down with that. Now for science, we will read aloud the Storybook of Science by Jean Henry Faber. He can just sit and listen, or he can notebook as well. As he reads it, mostly they'll just sit and listen and we'll talk about it. So that's pretty much it. Hope this was helpful.
Republican states